Oh my god! Holy shit! What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. In this episode, I've got my 2024 BMW M1000 single R behind me here. And what we're gonna be doing is testing out the anti-rear wheel lift control, as BMW calls it, or the Stoppie control, as BMW calls it in its menu there. The endo control, whatever you wanna call it. We're gonna test it out. It's got 5 different modes. And what I wanna know is when it's in the lowest possible setting, is it letting you do these crazy endos? Is it letting you come right up 2-3 feet up in the air and you just hold the front brake right to the max? Or is it just letting you endo a foot or two, kind of like the wheelie control on this bike, which I was not that impressed. Yeah, it lets you come up. It lets you do that 2-foot kind of wheelie. It doesn't let you do anything crazy with wheelie control. It's not letting you do those 12 o'clock wheelies. If you guys haven't checked that video out, check that video out and you guys can really see how high wheelie control lets you go. But in this video, we're doing the back tire. We're seeing how high that back tire will come off the ground. I'm really hoping that it just lets you come up, you know, that 2-3 feet, and you can kind of show off to all your friends that you know how to do endos. But I have a feeling that it's not gonna let me come that high, even when it's at the lowest possible setting. After that, we're gonna turn anti-wheel lift or Stoppie control completely off and just show you guys that it does come a little bit higher up. I'm not gonna be doing anything too crazy in this episode here. I'm not one of those guys that do any of those crazy endos or anything like that that you guys see on Instagram. This is just for the purpose of showing you guys that endo control, Stoppie control is actually doing its job. Anyway, without further ado, let's jump on the bike here and show you guys how high can you endo a 2024 M1000? Let's go. All right, guys. Well, I've got a couple markers here. I've got this little piece of grass right here, so that I can stay in that frame, the Sony frame right there. So I'm gonna start my stop there. And I've got it all the way over to here. So I've got a good, call it 20 feet-ish of stopping distance. It should be enough. I'm just gonna be doing this in first gear. Not gonna be doing anything crazy. No high speed stuff. This is just purely to show you guys how high that wheel right there is coming up off the ground. We've got the GoPro Max rolling with the scratched lens right there. Got the GoPro here. We've got the Sony there. You guys should be able to see exactly how high we're doing a Stoppie. So fire this thing up. All right, let's jump into those settings as per usual. Boom. Vehicle settings, ride mode pre-selection, configuration, Race Pro 1. And right now we're in a 2. We're gonna change that. We are gonna crank it up to the max here. So you guys can see anti-rear lift at a max. No stoppies at all. So that's what we're gonna start with. We're gonna work our way down, see if it comes a little higher each time. Let's go. All right, guys, ABS for racetrack at a level 5 here. The highest setting, in theory, should not let me lift up that rear wheel whatsoever. Let's go. Also, we got to change that mode. We're in road right now. I usually ride in road when I'm just cruising because the suspension's nice and loose, but we're changing that up to Race Pro 1. All right, super foggy out right now. Really cool. I want to get the gimbal out, get going on, get some B-roll shots with this. Holy smokes. All right, take 1. Tire and nut set checkpoint. Sheesh. All right, take 1. Let's go. Let's see if I can get this on the first try between the 2 twigs. All right, we're gonna kick it up to 50-ish and then there you guys go. I jumped right out of frame. It would not let me even stop fast enough at all in between those 2 twigs. I had my front brake right to the frickin' max. I was squeezing that almost as hard as I possibly could. Technically, I should have just did a front flip there. Jump back into those settings. Configuration. All right, we're gonna kick this down into a 4 now, so it should let me come up, in theory, a teeny tiny bit. Let's select that. Selected. All right, let's go. Same thing, we'll try keep it around that 50-ish kilometers an hour so we can really keep things as consistent as possible. All right. 50-ish. Okay. I don't think it let me come up at all there whatsoever. I maybe came up a centimeter there. Maybe. So there you guys go. Mode 4 taken care of. Let's jump into mode 3. This is where I think it's going to start coming up off the ground a little tiny bit. All right, we are in a 4 right now. We're gonna go down to a 3 and see, whoop, wrong way, and see if this actually allows me to do a little bit of a stoppie. Right now it's doing nothing. I'm holding this thing almost as hard as I could possibly squeeze it, and it's not even letting me stop that fast. Typically, I have this at a 2, and it lets me stop pretty dang quick. All right, let's go. Take 3, mode 3, let's go. Let's try to get this thing up to 50. Yeah, about 50 there. And slamming on the brakes. Okay, it did let me come up a little bit there, right at the very end. Hopefully the Sony caught that, and hopefully the GoPro caught that. I felt like it came up, call it 6 inches, maybe. All right, we'll flip around. We're gonna do mode 2 here, see what it does. I'm hoping it comes up a little bit higher. You can really feel that ABS just working as you're squeezing that. It feels like you're in a vehicle. All right, we're in mode 3 right here. Let's turn that down to mode 2, Stoppie. It actually says Stoppie now, so maybe this will make some kind of a difference. Selected, and let's go. Mode 2, let's go. Let's see how high this thing lets me go here. In mode 2, try to get up to about 50-ish. Yeah, about there. Oh my God! Holy shit, that felt like it really went up high, guys. I don't think that thing was working as intended, because it started to feel like I was really doing a stoppie. Maybe it actually was gonna stop me, but I felt like I was gonna front flip there. I was not expecting it to go that high whatsoever. You could feel the ABS working, and it just kind of kept going and going and going. When I do it without stoppie control, I don't stop that high. We're gonna try that again, guys, and see if it makes any kind of a difference, because that was squeezing as hard as I could. I felt like I was gonna go right over top. Wow, okay. We're gonna check and make sure that we're in the correct settings here, because that felt like it was just turned right off almost. ABS, we're in stoppie, so we're at the very minimum, because I let off the front brake there. Felt like if I just kept squeezing, I was gonna go end over ass there. So yeah, we're in mode 2. We'll take that too. We'll do a take 2 here and see if we get the same result. Holy smokes, that kind of scared me a little bit. I've honestly never tried this. Take 2, guys. Mode 2, take 2. Let's go. Maybe go a little bit slower this time. We'll stick with that 50. And slamming on the brakes. Oh my God. This thing really lets you go up high. Holy shit. I honestly don't fully trust that it's gonna not let that back end go up way up off the ground, because I feel like if I were to squeeze all the way, fully commit to it, I am gonna go over. I think we're gonna do a take 3 here. I'm getting a little bit more confident in my stoppies. Let's see if it actually does stoppie. I'm gonna try fully commit to this one. We're gonna go a little bit slower this time, just because I'm actually afraid of end over assing here. Okay, about 40 this time. Coming in, and slamming on the brakes. Okay, it definitely, that was fully committed. I was right on the brake as much as possible. I could feel the brake doing some kind of ABS thing and kicking in. So there you guys go. I don't fully trust it, but it seems like it works. That's why I'm out here testing this for you guys, so you guys don't have to. If I were gonna recommend this to anybody, I would say it's probably safe to just keep the stoppie control on mode 3 if you're worried about ass over ending, but you're not getting all that stopping power when you're in mode 3. When you're in mode 2, I feel like you're getting pretty much the max amount of stopping power that the front brakes are allowing. Just for the hell of it, let's throw it in here and let's just turn that mode completely off and see if I can kind of notice any difference. See if I can feel the ABS not working at all, because I can feel it in mode 2 a little bit, barely kicking in, but it really lets you come up. I don't know how high I'm coming. I'm guessing I'm getting 2 feet, 3 feet, a little bit more higher than my comfort level. But mode 1, this is anti-rear lift completely off. As you guys can see there, this is no anti-rear lift. Let's hope that I don't make a fool of myself and go ass over end on my brand new 2024 M1000 single R. Let's go. Mode 1, no anti-rear lift. Hope for me, guys. Hopefully I don't go ass over end here. Let's slow her down a little bit here. I don't really trust this. Okay, yeah, there is no support whatsoever. I know I didn't go too high on that one. We'll do a take two. I'm just a little scared of, you know, asshole ending here, but there was no support. You could feel in the front brake here that there was no support. It was just fully grabbing. There was no ABS support whatsoever. You can absolutely do some pretty crazy endos with this bike if you know what you're doing, and I don't know what I'm doing, so that's why I'm not going to be doing any crazy endos in this video, but we'll do a take two. Let's go. All right, slowing it down. I'm not going too crazy on this whatsoever. All right, 30. Oh yeah, this thing will throw you off. Absolutely. I definitely went a lot higher when I had Stoppie control turned on mode 2. I realize that, guys, but there you guys go. I was hoping I was going to do a little bit higher of an endo with it turned off, but after that first attempt there in mode 2, I definitely got a little bit, you know, scared, if you want to call it that I'm going to ass over end this on camera, which would probably make a pretty cool video. Not so good for me financially. Anyways, guys, if you made it this far in the video, consider dropping me one of those cool likes, a subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Let me know down in the comments what else you would like me to try on this bike. I've had a few people ask me to try out the slide control. I'm not going to try that. I'm not on a track, anything like that, and I really don't want to low side my brand new M1000 single R, and I'm really not that skilled of a rider to be testing out the difference in slide control. That should be a professional track rider that actually knows how to track ride these bikes, knows how to properly ride these bikes. I'm just a guy that rides motorcycles, doesn't do anything too crazy. So with that being said, make sure you let your uncle, your aunt, your grandma, and you guessed it, your grandpa know that I just made an anti-wheel Stoppie endo video out here with my brand new M1000 single R. I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye. Bye.